time. Extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Big Cali World all the time. Extra lit, extra lit, extra lit.
Man, it's the man with the plan. I ain't Clark Kemp. Some of the ladies do call me Superman. It's your boy, Big Cali. We here feeling good, feeling great as usual. Coming with another one, another episode, season 2, once again, with a very special guest. Now, for people that don't know, she's definitely an alumni of Big Cali World. She's been on here. It's been a while since we chopped it up, but songstress, songwriter, event planner, photographer, videographer, life coach, breathing exercise. You've seen what it is. She does it all, man. And literally great friend of mine. And I just love this young individual's journey through life, through everything. I just love everything. And the music slaps. Ray, welcome. How you doing?
Hello.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing wonderful. You know, just
Another
hanging out.
day.
Another day, another dollar.
How's that drive over here, man?
The drive was not.
I always like started off with something. How's that?
It wasn't that bad. You know I make this trip all the time.
Yeah,
so
you're always out there.
I plan out my trips. Like I do those breathing exercises during my drives. Like
I would, yeah. You know what? That's why you're so peaceful. You know, I know you get flustered.
Yeah.
Because you're human and
Yeah.
you're not a robot.
Yeah.
But I can't count on one hand how many times I've ever seen you, one, lose your cool, or even be emotional even a little bit when it comes to
Yeah.
anger.
Yeah.
Positive emotion, maybe like affirmations and stuff, yeah, but not like anger.
Yeah.
It's rare.
The anger, you know, honestly, I think I'm a little traumatized with anger. I'm not even gonna lie. But I've been through a lot of people that have literally thrown their anger first, and that's just who they are. That's just how they are. You know, I can't get mad at them too much, but it hurts me. I don't like being angry. I don't like people being angry at me. So I'm like, okay, if I can make sure we're good here, then we good.
You know, it's funny. Like I remember talking with like some of my old managers or people who had some kind of authority over me as well, and I'll be flipping out. Like I have that issue. I'm a very, let's just say an hour before this, even I almost flipped out. So like, it's just how Big Cali works, you know?
I get it.
But I'm in progress.
Yeah.
I'm working.
You work
I'm
on
getting it
it.
through. And I remember a lot of what I was saying, like my managers or people like that. Got you. Sorry, no. I had to talk into the mic, not
You
over
talk
the mic. Am I in?
into the
Is this
mic.
better? Thank you.
Am
Thank
I
you.
good too?
No,
Okay, cool.
trust me, I want it to sound good. Shout out Productive Culture, shout out Darren, shout out
Exactly.
JM Cam. But no, what they were telling me is I can't control everything.
Right.
Once you start figuring out that, because when you try to control things, you're now trying to become God. You're trying to take control of something. And that's why you get angry, because you get frustrated when it doesn't work.
Oh man. That's literally the biggest lesson I've had recently, because you just named all the things I do. And I had to like really, really, really take a step back on like how much control I have over everything.
Yeah.
And that moment was probably like, okay, you can't control it all. Do what you can control. And then, you know, move on from there. And it's literally changed my whole perspective on everything.
And especially with all the stuff you got going on right now.
Exactly.
Like, because you have a full production team.
Exactly.
You got interns, assistants. You got a whole bunch of people who all fuck with you, man. So talk about that a little bit, man. Since the last time you came here.
I know. So much has happened.
Like, I know, because we can go into the music. We're going to go into the music.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I want people to see, like, the whole thing.
The
so
whole spectrum.
let's start with, like, because I know you do photography.
Yeah.
And I know you do video production.
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay, photography. Let's start there. That's actually one of my first loves.
Really?
Yeah, photography I've been doing for about 10 years. And so I've been out here. But my uncle,
I didn't even know it was 10 years. I didn't know it was that long.
Yeah, I've been doing it since high school, professionally. And it's been pretty amazing, honestly. My uncle gave me such an amazing training on how to do photography, on how to capture people. And you know what's funny is that he taught me so much, and I picked up the camera again maybe like summer last year.
What made you bring it up? Like, get it back up? Was there like a trigger? Like, you know, I'm about to do this.
Yeah, you know, I know I can do it. You know, like, you know, you work a job and then you have a camera and you're like, well, I can get paid from like literally using my camera that I know how to use.
Hello.
You know? So I was like, let me figure this out, you know? And so once I figured it out, I was like, okay. Actually, the first person I did was DC Young Fly. And that was actually
Out the gate?
Out the gate.
Shout out DC Young Fly, man.
Out the gate. That was pretty dope.
Nah, what did you shoot?
He did a freestyle over, I believe, I'm so horrible with like remembering these things, but it was I believe it was the straightening song. So he did a freestyle over that, over the beat. and it was super sick. His whole musical life is like super dope. But I was able to just
How did
get
that
some,
come about? Like, I think you just connections, or did you even
Yeah.
know it was like? Did they tell you, oh, you're gonna do DC Young Fly today? Or
Yeah, I had a homie who shout out Johnny Gold. That's my homie. He's his music manager.
Oh,
And
okay.
so he was like, I work with him a lot, and he was just like, you know, you want to come shoot him? I was like, hell yeah, we out here, let's go.
So how was it coming out the gate and then jumping into like a real professional setting, like out the gate and
Man.
like
It felt good.
just hopping in the pool? You just literally going in there.
It felt like, I mean, I'm the type of person that likes to really just be like, put me in the mix of it, and then I'll figure it out. And if I don't feel confident, I won't go. I won't do it. Like, I won't agree to it. But he was like, yeah, just come get some BTS, get some whatever. So I was able to get some dope ass pictures and get a little video. So I made a video for him and gave him the pictures, and you know, fucked with him. Like, I was like, okay, cool, we out here. And it was, but it was dope because the thing about photography that I've learned over the years is that I really appreciate connecting with people. So it's more about the connection. And I was able to be in an environment where it was just me, him, Johnny, the videographer that was actually shooting the video, and then his security guard. So it was just us. And
So this is just like in the last couple of years, just like that, like that.
Yeah, just like that. I was like, okay, cool, we got this.
In the middle of dropping Frequency.
And oh my God.
In that video. If you ain't seen the video,
that video was,
trust me.
That was
just
it.
put Ray, R-A-E, Frequency, and just see what pops up. Trust me. Videos about talk about that shoot, man.
Yeah, that shoot was crazy. Now that shit, like, man, I'm gonna tell you, that whole Frequency journey was amazing. Like, as an artist, as a person that's like, you know, trying to grow. Like, I'm not used to being in front of cameras like that. I'll take my own pictures, but I take other people's pictures. So, you know, having Lewis and having him like being able to capture me. Shout out Lewis, man. That's my
killing
nigga.
Shit right
oh
now.
my God.
He's out here more than I am, and I live out here.
This nigga
He's doing shit, man.
I'm like, how are you out here just, you know, doing such an amazing job at capturing these moments? I'm like,
and from the IE also
from
too.
the IE, he's amazing, man. And he was able to capture me. Like, honestly, I don't really trust a lot of photographers to capture me just because.
As a photographer.
So,
I can understand
the first
why.
step, yeah, exactly. Like, as a photographer, but then also under that, like being a woman and like, you know, knowing that if you're gonna capture me this way, you're probably gonna see titties first. It just is what it is.
It's
and
part
niggas,
of it.
like, that's what they do. You know,
but how do you shoot it where it's art?
It's art.
Where it looks beautiful.
Exactly.
Because that's something. You know, it's funny. I have a homie. He works with a lot of my homie Mars.
Oh yeah.
He works with a lot of like adult actors and stuff. And we had this
exactly.
conversation about even like shooting that, because it's like, it's funny, like you watch even his videos that they use for OnlyFans or whatever.
Yep.
The stuff he shoots, it's like, yeah, it's porn,
but it's art.
So not to compare yourself to porn,
No,
but
no,
but
but
just
I
like
get it.
when you're saying like, oh, the first thing you see is city. Of course, as a man,
Exactly.
you're going to, okay, we're going to accentuate this, but it's more to
It's more
the whole
whole
thing.
picture, the whole environment, and that's what I feel like Mars does that really beautifully. That's why I fuck with him heavy. And then also,
oh
Lewis,
yeah, you definitely shot with him too.
Yeah. Like, I fuck with him heavy because he understands that it's art. It's a true art. But Lewis as well, he got that. He captures me as me. And not me as like this person that they think that they can just capture. Which I get it, but no, it doesn't work for me.
Trust me. Has there been a lot of times where you shot and it didn't work out like that? You like, the person was just like, nah.
I've had a few times, but I try not to do it too many times. So like, it'll happen once, and I'm like, I'll just back up.
And then you just start shooting all your own shit
yeah,
anyway. Just,
exactly.
like, yo, look, what I was doing was working anyway. I don't even know.
I had one guy out in New York. His name was Kyle. Actually, he was God, he's an amazing artist too. He's actually the one that shot my first project, Sounds Like Ray.
Gotcha.
And we used to go every Saturday in New York and just walk around and just take pictures. And he helped me get a little bit more comfortable back into there. But he also was an artist. He seen it as art. So it wasn't just me, you know, just me as a subject. It's the whole environment as a subject, which I appreciate. But to bring it back around to Frequency, Lewis definitely like he shot those waterfall pictures.
I'm about to say, like,
come on.
Do you want to, like, I wasn't like, all right, you don't have to give up the spot, but like, where?
No, it was.
Like, how did that? Because that shot, if you look at it, it looks like you're in a fucking jungle oasis paradise.
Exactly.
Like, but I know, like, I'm like, where? So how did that happen?
That was actually in Lido Creek. Yeah, in San Bernardino.
In the Dino.
In the Dino.
You always keep it in the. You gonna keep. If that's something you gonna know about Ray, Ray is gonna keep it in the Dino. She gonna keep some. She She's in LA, New York, wherever she gotta be, but it's gonna have that Dino flavor.
Gonna have the Dino flavor, period, because that's what's most important.
Right.
Like, that's where I come from. That's my home. That's where I learned all the stuff that I had to learn. So we always gotta rep it, no matter what it is. And it was amazing because the whole video was shot in the Dino. Like, the backyard scene was in my backyard in my home. And then the waterfall.
Yeah, all the women in the background. Exactly. You got the blue shirts. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No.
I had to remember. I had to go back. I was like, oh yeah. They remind me of like almost like Erykah Badu on and on.
A little bit, yeah.
Where it was like, I'm feeling kind of hungry. And it goes into that scene right there.
Yes,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking. That was the vibe. I felt that vibe. Because Frequency, the song in general, was to have people understand, the line between, saying something or kind of like making someone feel uncomfortable versus like having a little bit more empathy and just like, understanding like, okay, well, if you're going to talk to me, I need you to be on the same level. If we're going to have a conversation, if you're going to get mad at me, we need to be on the same level.
It was funny. Before we came on the show, I was listening to, your music. Just to like get back in. We homies, we talk, but it's like, I want to, let me do my due diligence.
Absolutely.
And let me actually listen. Also, I went dummy on your Spotify. Went in there. And when I listened to Frequency, I was getting like, hold up, this sounds like a cuss out almost in a way. And I'm gonna come clean. I'm gonna come all the way clean. It sounded like a legit, like, hey, my nigga, look, why you doing this? Why you don't fuck with me? If you gonna do this, before we even do anything, let's make sure we're on the same frequency.
I mean,
I love it.
If you want me to be honest.
Go ahead. We
be honest. Because so Ronnie sent me that guitar.
Shout out 5K.
Yeah, shout out 5K. That's my
5K,
nigga.
you already know what it is.
He sent me the loop of him playing the guitar. And literally I sent back in like maybe like 20 minutes.
I remember
like
that.
the whole first verse. Like the whole like here.
You purged that.
Yeah, because I was in a little situation.
I love it.
I was in a little something where I was like, I did not understand. I was like, how is this nigga talking to me like this? Like, this doesn't even make sense. And I had to let the best way, so why you don't see me angry all the time is because I get to push that shit out through music. Like, and I'm not, because I don't ever feel like you as a person deserves that from me.
Right.
Period. Like, I just don't think so. I never felt like that. So I have to get it out in whatever kind of way I can. So putting it out through there, yeah. Oh yeah, nigga, how you gonna look me in my eyes and tell me all these lies,
you say
nigga?
It all through the songs, though, like, clear as day, you're like, look, I'm not fucking with you if you can't at least do this.
Yeah, because
then,
it's the respect.
But here's the precursor.
Oh yeah, tell me.
See, I dug a little deeper.
Yeah.
I was on my little Barbara Walters swag earlier. Shout out Diane Sawyer, you know what it is. Shout out Oprah. I love those 3 shout outs all the way. No one ever
hilarious.
does those. But no, when I dug in, I listened to your first project with the Fro.
Yeah.
What's
Sounds
it called?
Like Ray.
Sounds Like Ray.
Yep.
Listen to that. And I was like, it's everything Frequency's saying, but Frequency's just grown. But it's everything in this project like summed up.
Hey.
Like, you're like, look, I would give you, it was like and excuse my French on there, whatever,
go ahead,
correct me if I'm wrong, but
ahead.
it's like a more naive, younger version was in that one because it's more so questions like, why is this happening?
Exactly.
Why is this going on?
Exactly.
Is it me?
Exactly.
Is it you? What is it? All through the tracks.
Yep.
And then you go to Frequency, you're like, look, I don't give a fuck. You're not fucking, you're not fucking with me, you're not doing this, we're not doing that.
Yeah, no, that's serious though. That's real because at the end of the day, we definitely have to. Like, we have to be able to stand our ground. And that just shows the growth. Like, I feel like for me, the music is my passion. Like that, you can take everything away from me, I'm going to sing.
Yeah.
I'm going to write. I'm going to push something out of my system. Like, it's just gonna happen that way.
Yeah.
And like Sounds Like Ray, that was me exploring. That was me exploring the my thoughts, my heart, everything that I could feel and was trying to understand and all that stuff. Because I made that, we talked about on the last podcast, I made that at in New York. Like, and I just really had to sit
and what
down.
you were going through during that time,
yeah,
too.
Exactly.
So that music kind of reflected the time of where you're going for.
It reflects the time, yeah.
So Frequency is where you're at right now.
Frequency was where I was at then.
So Handle With Care then.
Handle With Care was...
Because that's the project that's just...
I just put that out in December.
Gotcha.
And that project, that was me going through something, allowing myself to dig deep back into like the love that I thought whatever kind of love and reactions that I thought that I was good at, it was like God was like, nah, you ain't ready yet. Like, you good. So I had to experience some more stuff, and I'd have to get that shit out because I knew I wasn't going to be able to move forward without getting it out. So date night, that situation.
Love that song, by the way.
Oh, man.
Love that song.
I love that song, too. That was a good one. I really like it because I got more lyrical.
Who produced that one?
So me and New actually made that together.
For
Papa
people that
New.
don't know.
Yeah, so Papa New is my homegirl. She's from...
homegirl?
My homegirl. Yep.
We got to see. You can't just... Hold up. So the homegirl...
Her name's Papa New.
I love Papa New, and it's your homegirl, by the way. That's just...
Love it. No, she's like a sister basically because her wife is my sister. Like I grew up with her and stuff. So I met her through that whole situation there, and she's just a beautiful soul.
Right.
And I feel like the way that I sing, the way that I feel, the way that I write, she plays guitar that way.
Wow.
Like so when we got together, the first time we ever hung out, it was crazy because we were supposed to go to the studio, but we ended up just going to a park because everything got canceled. You know how shit goes.
Of course.
Yeah.
Hold on. Side note. Only in Ray's life, she's supposed to go to somewhere and she ends up in a park. Chilling though. Being constructive.
Absolutely, because we had our blanket. I had blankets in my trunk.
Of course you did.
Easy. So I was like, okay, cool. We're just gonna sit here. I have my guitar, and then she sat down, and we sat there and talked. We never really connected. I've known her for almost maybe 7 years,
wow.
6-7 years. But we've never had a real conversation. So we sat down and talked, and I shared a little piece of my life and things that were happening at the time. And we actually sat down and did that song together. And then we went to Guitar Center and recorded the first version of that song, just on a video on Instagram Live.
Wait, y'all just went to Guitar Center, just set up in Guitar Center and just recorded some shit?
It's on my Instagram.
Hey, you are straight out the mud. I love it. If you gonna get some shit done, you're like, look, you ain't got the studio. Fuck it, we'll just go to Guitar Center.
Exactly.
We gonna get this content down because I need to remember this shit.
Exactly. That's what it is. It's remembering it because the more you do it, the more it stamps into your subconscious. So we were able to connect like that, and now we can get together and she can start playing it and we can do a whole performance right there first way through it, and it feels good.
Wow,
man. It feels good. But date night, that was that one that connected us. It connected us in so many
Was that
levels.
the first one y'all cut?
That was the first one we cut. That was the first
in Guitar
one.
Center.
In Guitar Center. Well, we didn't use that version.
Of course, but the idea was anyone around? Was it just...
there's actually some, you see one of the guys come in and oh, you guys are sounding good. You know what's crazier though? We were sitting there, we were in a little, you know how they have their little rooms and stuff. We were in one, but it didn't have a door. So we were just jamming out. Some guy comes in, he's like, hey, I'm gonna come and play in here too. And I was like, oh, okay. So in my head, obviously it's not my space. It's not, I can't be no, don't come in. But he ends up coming in and starts playing some crazy shit that was had nothing to do. I thought he was gonna come vibe out, come play a little something. No, this nigga started playing some wild rock shit.
Some shit he had stored up. All right, look, I really want to take us there. So whoa, out the gate.
I was so we just left. It was okay, it's a wrap, guys.
Yeah, I feel him. It happens. It happens, man.
Yeah, it happened. Then we let it be.
So Day Night comes out, and then. So was it the live sessions before date night, or did you do the live session, or was it?
I know it's such a crazy.
I try to follow your timeline. I'm
okay.
sorry,
no,
I really tried, but I'm gonna be honest. You give your fans a lot, and I love that.
I do
because there's always a lot of stuff out there.
No,
and as someone that wants to do even if anyone hey, I want to do a deep dive into your catalog of musics. Videos, it's a lot of stuff, and you could tell you've thought about everything because the same theme is throughout all of it.
Yeah,
it's almost the pursuit of love in its purest form, agape. You dig it? And that's what I got from listening to your whole catalog. So even going through your stuff, I was like, okay, you know what? Because listening to Handle with Care. Thank you. Handle with Care. And but then you go back to Sound Like Ray. You have to just keep going back.
Yeah.
And the beautiful thing that works with a lot of streaming services, they shuffle your stuff.
Exactly.
So it just sounds like a playlist, but really I'm going in the timeline throughout.
Exactly.
I was on a 3-hour loop of just greatness.
Oh,
and I'm very, very happy that you're on there, honestly, because even from the last pod till now, it's
Yeah.
like the growth in the music, the visuals,
Yeah.
and your networking and getting, like, your
Yes.
sounds are different because you're dealing, because even the Handle with Care, you got some slaps on there, like some real, like I'm gonna call them West Coast bangers. That sounds so like,
no, but
you could tell
there's
you-
something in there. There's something in there.
was that your point of even going with the sound, or did it just happen naturally?
It just happened naturally because we worked with A-Brook. Shout out A-Brook.
Shout out A-Brook.
That's my nigga. He man, we sat there every Thursday and we just went in the studio and we just I had a plan, but I also understand that plans don't, they don't always come true. So you go with it. And he's one of those people that can go with the flow. News also another person that goes with the flow. And it was just dope to be able to coordinate something like that because we were able, empathy, that happened. We made that like the same night we got to the studio. Like we had no clue. We had one more song to do. We were like, okay, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I was like, fuck it, we'll just wait till we get to the studio. We'll figure it out. She starts playing on her guitar, and then I just start writing. And then we recorded the thing that day. And then went back the next Thursday and played the saxophone on it and did everything else. And I was like, okay, cool.
I love how you just breeze past that again. See, I'm not gonna let you do this. You play saxophone on the track.
I did.
So you play sax.
I play sax.
Talk about that, man. How long you been playing saxophone?
Saxophone is my first musical language. I picked that up in 4th grade.
Damn.
Yeah. So I played from.
So 4th grade, you were just like, all right, I'm about to swag out some sax.
Yeah, it was definitely part of my rebellion for sure because it was
Part of my-
'cause
saxophone or tenor, alto?
tenor.
Got you.
Yeah, so I remember like at that time, like my brother was getting put in like basketball and shit, he's really amazing by the way, like just really talented in that sport.
Right.
But at the time, as a child, I'm looking like, why you don't care about me? Like y'all doing all this for him, y'all going to the games, y'all doing all this shit. But I was like, whatever. So they gave us the option, like, okay, what kind of like at school they gave us an option of what kind of instruments that we wanted to play, and I knew picking like the saxophone. Well, I love the saxophone in general, but I knew picking it, everyone was gonna have something to say about it.
Yeah.
Oh, you are the same size as it. How you gonna bring it to school, take it
Right.
home, whatever?
Because you're in the 4th grade. I could think of like this little ass, it's a big ass saxophone. You're really like Lisa Simpson out here. Like that's some real like nigga shit, you know?
No,
Like you
really
remember how
though.
Lisa looked, but then she killed it
She
every
killed
episode.
it every time. Every time.
Shout out Lisa Simpson, by the way. One of my
Man.
favorite characters in cartoon history.
She's really amazing.
She always was an asshole, and she was
Always.
dope. She never took no shit.
Never.
Anyway,
See, but that's what I'm talking about. That
Wow.
rebellion. You see?
I see
'Cause
where you're at. Okay, I like that.
I had to do it because I love stirring up the pot a little bit. So when people want to tell me
The
no,
way you said that, I hope the camera got that. You said, I love stirring up the pot a little bit. Like, fuck that. Hell yeah.
because I'm like,
That's that. Would you say that's that? Was that from the Dino? Would you say that's
Oh,
some IE shit?
absolutely.
What's up? Talk about it, man.
I mean, just growing up in the IE, growing up in those kind of circumstances, where you just seeing shit that isn't progressive. There's no hope. There's all these things and factors that are put before you, that you kind of have to rebel. How are you supposed to make it out? How are you supposed to get out? Because everyone else is already kind of brainwashed into this kind of setting where, oh, you got to drive to LA. That's so far. Oh my God. What are you going to do? Oh, gas is this much. Oh my God. This. And I'm like, hey, look, you not driving. So what the fuck are you talking
Why
about?
is that? Why is that the first thing everyone from the IE? I could talk about it. Okay.
No, yes, you
First
can.
thing they
Go
say,
ahead.
oh my God, it's so far. I'm like, it is literally 30 more minutes.
It's literally like
Because it
literally.
takes 30 minutes if we're in the murder, San Bernardino, even 30 minutes outside of that, where are you in Pomona?
Exactly. So you're
So
already in LA County.
Technically, you could just go a little bit further. You're actually
Exactly.
in the,
But that's the thing, it's the mind state. Because at the end of the day, I mean, I use those drives for so much more than just
talk
driving.
about it. Yeah.
Like I literally get in my car and those are my music moments. Because I don't have a lot of time to sit down and do just music all the time. I don't have a lot of money to do that all the time.
Mhm.
So I have to find ways to be able to continue to get my mind working on it. So when I drive in my car, I'm listening to classical music. I'm listening to a playlist. I'm diving into a new artist. I'm singing a cappella. I'm rapping song,
Right,
whatever. I'm doing
right.
a freestyle, whatever. But I'm doing something productive on my drive. which I feel like people don't even give themselves the opportunity to look at.
They don't.
You know, it's like, no, it's just too far. Oh, gas is this. Oh, I'm like, I don't care. We still paying for gas.
Facts.
So
You're gonna. How about this? The gas you put in your car, you're going to use it.
You're going to
it's
use it.
It's just when and how fast you're gonna do it.
Exactly.
And if you do it, you'd be surprised how God will provide you
every time.
Every time. And you know what's funny? We said that as children growing up, like in church.
Yeah.
And you hear it like, he comes through all the time. Nah, for real, if you really just kind of like test it a little bit, like, all right, I'm gonna really do it.
Every time.
How long did it take you to finally realize that?
You know,
because it took me, I didn't realize that until moving to LA, I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
Until like 2 years, probably 2 years ago, is when I was like,
it's
look.
Been 2 years, bro?
Yeah, almost.
Since you lived out here?
A year and a half. It's been like a year and I moved out there October 20, so almost 2 years.
Shit.
So this October will be 2 years.
God damn.
Yeah.
God damn. Okay.
And I lost my job because I was working for the solar company
yeah,
at
I
first.
remember.
When I got there, I lost my job that January moving in from October.
Yes.
So I moved out, lost in January.
Yes.
So I haven't worked a technical job
right.
since then.
Yeah. Yep.
But no bragging because a lot of people don't do
exactly.
it. But the point what I'm saying is this. He'll provide if you really make it through. You'd be surprised. And when you were talking about the time in the music, in the actual car, me doing Lyft, anytime or any kind of time me driving far or anything, my playlist selection has gotten deep. Because I would deep dive into 5 playlists, hard, going in, nose deep, straight up, like, all right, what we got?
Yep.
And I would start listening to hella like Jay Dilla shit,
hella
Fly Low list, hella.
I was on a Jay Dilla spin for like 2 weeks, bro.
Look, all right, are we gonna go there? Look, we can look. It's podcast. This is all documented. This is why I love podcasting. Look, shout out Nick D's. Me and Nick D's had a debate about 4 or 5 years ago where I said DJ Quick is the best rapper producer of all times. Period. I was ready to argue. I still have facts.
Okay.
He was like, but Dilla, bro. He said Dilla. Like, you can't really
you can't
like,
do
you can, but you can't.
You can't.
Like Kanye, I get you can argue, whatever. But
whatever.
Dilla is just on some like Dilla inspired, and I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
Because he's a producer.
Yeah.
At that time, I was DJing, but I wasn't really like in it. Like
exactly.
I wasn't really nose deep into like the music.
Yeah.
Into like the form of all that. So once I got into that, I was like, wait a minute, this man swing, bass beats, and
come on,
all those, everything, his chops are crazy. And then I sound stupid because these people are gonna listen to this like, duh, my nigga, what the fuck, you don't know about JD, you don't know.
No,
look,
but everybody experiences music in their own time, in their own fashion. That's really important because I didn't start listening to music like the music that we listen to. I didn't start listening to, maybe I was 20, 21. I listened to Christian music mostly through high school. Like,
whoa.
Yeah, I know.
Like Fred Hammond?
No.
Like how Christian were you like Body Clouds of Joy?
Like
DC Talk?
I don't.
Jars of Clay?
Bro, what? Why do you know this?
I'm in. Look.
Why do you know
Hey, these are real names, okay?
I know what I'm saying.
I'm gonna be real. This is why I know. I went to a private school.
Oh, yeah.
From 3rd to 6th grade.
Got it.
And I grew up in church from birth, hardcore, until about like freshman year.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So I was in. Like, I know I can make a playlist. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do.
Ooh.
No one sees that coming.
See?
I'm gonna make a gospel playlist.
Ooh, please
of
do
all
it.
the gospel slaps that I like.
Oh, I would so listen to it on Sundays.
Right. On Sundays. And they gonna get that Saturday and they gonna get that Friday afternoon play. All right.
It's gonna get that
I'm
Sunday play,
I'm gonna throw a Sade in there too, so
no,
people don't know.
Because I'm gonna put it on. I'm sorry, clean the house.
Have you listened to Jezebel lately?
Jezebel?
By Sade.
Oh no, I was like, wait, who's
I know.
Jezebel?
I threw it out because I just said Sade.
I have not listened to that recently.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When you get a time, listen to it. When you get some time, listen to it. And I want to ask you, do you think that song, like, is it inspirational? Is it spiritual? Or is it a diss song? I don't know. Because it's so deep, but it can go 4 or 5 different ways.
So many different ways.
So that's a side note.
All right, I'll take that homework home. Got it.
I'm always doing that. You're giving me songs. You know what? I'll give you this on camera.
Okay.
You put me on hella Robert Glasper.
Oh,
first.
Man.
Because I knew about Robert.
Yeah.
I knew.
Yeah.
But when you told me you saw him at Blue Note.
Oh, I didn't see him at Blue Note.
Wait, you didn't say you wanted to see it? You
I
didn't...
wanted to see him, but I
Got
didn't
you.
see him.
Well,
no.
you said that you the one that told me he had a residency.
Yeah,
at Blue
he had
Note.
a
You put it
residency,
in my
man.
head. I apologize.
No,
Sorry.
you're good. I was like, I didn't say. I wish.
No, because I remember we were in Santa Monica. We were talking when you were putting all the slaps on.
Exactly. We were playing from the Photograph, the
Photograph sound and niggas
the
don't know
soundtrack.
about that.
They don't know about that. That's literally like if I can't catch my breath like in my breathing exercises, I'll put that on and make sure I just sit there and listen to the whole
Michael's theme.
Oh my God. Come on. It literally plays in my
I hope
head.
people all register this in. No. And that's the thing I love about you're a real music head,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
That's why your music, I could see, the more you dive into music, the more you take those long drives. You like that?
That was good. That was solid.
The more you do that, you're going to see your music just
grow. Yeah.
Because I'm seeing my DJing.
Yeah, just grow.
And producing.
Absolutely. But
all
we're
that.
also people who take in knowledge. We're also people that like want to learn and we can't fake it. So it's like very hard. Like for me, I know doing music, I think a lot of the time, like growing up in it, people are like, oh, you just do it like this or do it like that. And I'm like, I can't. I need to do it my own way. And I need to grow from that. I need to learn. Give me something constructive so I can learn from it. Once I could do that, then you get to the
We don't
next
like being
step.
told what to.
I don't like being told what to do. Don't tell me what to do.
I love friendly suggestions with solutions.
Yeah, and if you tell me what to do, just know like you have to be that notable. You have to have gone through what you're talking about, and that the frequency of how you say it.
I like that. Shameless plug. Very shameless, very appropriate.
Out everywhere
I
now.
love it. Out everywhere, available on Spotify. While you do that, I'm recording this one. Go ahead now. But no, you're right though.
But you know, the frequency of it changes. You can hear the difference where someone's really trying to give you some knowledge, give you something to be able to move forward with, rather than just telling you, oh, that doesn't sound good, you need to do it this way. But they have no clue what this life is, or even singing something out their mouth, writing something down, recording something in the studio. They have no clue. But yet they can tell you something. It's a difference, you know?
And then
don't
people
tell
just
me.
chase. You know what's crazy? I learned this doing a lot of studio sessions. Sometimes people just want to say something in the session. Just to feel like they kind of...
You know, I'm going to get deep on you real quick.
Talk your
I'm going to get deep on you.
Talk.
Because this is a thing that I had to grow out of as a person. I realized that... So, growing up in the Dino, right? You learn to be numb. I think that's a really big thing because, I mean... growing up in the IE in general, but the Dino for sure, because we see death everywhere. So, and that goes for our people, and that goes for the buildings, that goes for businesses.
I was going to say, metaphorically speaking and physically.
Absolutely.
And in the murder too. Same shit.
Exactly.
Same
in the murder.
shit.
And that's why I respect y'all niggas. But I respect y'all niggas.
Yeah. How about this? We understand each other.
Exactly. We get it. That's why I don't talk shit. We ain't talking shit
I
about
would never.
Ever.
We're going to keep it real. Hey, this is the most IE combo right now for niggas know. We're keeping it real.
Right
so many
there.
politics, but nah.
We're good.
But that's real shit though. But yeah, nah.
You know, you get all these moments where you look around and you're like, okay, there's nothing here, and you can't cry about it. You can't be sad about it. You can't be mad about it, because if you do, you're gonna cause problems. You're gonna have things that happen. So, I found that growing into this space and artistically, that you have to control your energy. And just as much as that you can get angry at something, you can get just as excited about something, and it can be detrimental as well. And it's just
that's heavy.
Yeah, it is.
You know, not to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
It's me personally. You know me personally, but for even people listening, like I know. For me, I'm very susceptible to energy. I remember I was saying this in the last podcast. Yeah. I'm so susceptible to energy. Yep. If I'm around a whole bunch of people who listen to rock, I'll start becoming a rocker. And eventually. Yeah. If I'm around a whole bunch of other craziness, I'll become that.
Exactly.
And I've talked about that in my testimony. I've talked about it in different times.
Yeah, yeah.
The way to flip that is, if I surround myself with people who are going and moving and doing, I will become even stronger and crazier.
Yeah.
That's why I love my UTB brothers. That's why I love you. That's why I love, the Cam Gnarly, Noah James, A. Brooks, Frankie OG, all my niggas,
Yes.
It's just China. Talk about it. My nigga Nappy. Not even to do, I can name everybody, but all my IE
these are real people.
Yeah.
These are the people that we like. And we're, what's funny is that we get to have, I have so many open conversations with the half of the people that you just got named right now.
Right.
And these conversations, being able to have a safe space to be able to grow with that, because some of the people I be with in LA, the things that I do out here, it's a different story. You have to be cool.
Yeah.
You have to be calm. You have to kind of, okay, let me figure this out this way. Or you fuck it up.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
Facts.
And the name will get around very
And
quickly.
don't even add the factor, I'm sure even on your end, you being a woman.
Oh, yeah.
that's even an extra amount of like, you gotta be like,
Man, you're gonna love this.
That's crazy.
You're gonna love this freestyle I'm about to put out like tonight or tomorrow.
oh, so we got an exclusive. So all right, by the time this comes out, we're gonna have a freestyle.
You're gonna have
out.
a freestyle for sure, because that's what it's talking about though. It's the being a woman in these situations and knowing what the fuck is going on, but I'm just not gonna say anything anymore. Like, I'm gonna just move however I need to move, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna figure it out. God has me.
Okay, I like how you said that then, because it
God
shut up
has
my
me.
question. Because I was like, it doesn't that seem like you're like kind of like a numbing?
It is a coping mechanism.
Yeah,
because if
but you said God has
God
you, so
has
it's like,
me. I have to give it to God. Because if I give it to God, then I can maneuver and know I'm being guided in whatever way that I need to be guided. But if I don't allow God to be able to take that and be able to move forward with that, then I end up trying to control it.
right.
What the fuck is that gonna do?
Now
Niggas
you
have
go back to that fact that
it
we were
goes back
saying
to
about
the
God.
factor. Exactly. Oh, they over here jamming. Ooh!
You comedy. They are. Yeah,
But yeah.
but that's when you try to do something that you can't control.
You can't control. I can't control.
It's gonna
it.
happen regardless.
And then honestly, on some real shit, man, like niggas get to say so. Like that's just what it is. Like niggas get that shit. So it's gonna be more of a fight for me to be like, no, it was this way. No,
Yeah.
I didn't do this. Whatever. Look, man. However you feel like you need to treat me, or however you feel, I'm gonna let you go ahead and do that. But you're gonna X yourself out real quick.
It's so hard to do that though, man.
I know.
It's easier said than done.
I know, I get it, but that's the thing about me. Me and my homegirls was having a conversation about this. I have homegirls that won't tolerate it. Period. Like just period.
I have
point
homies
blank.
like that too. Same
Period.
shit.
Point blank. Do
Yeah.
not bring that shit my way.
They
Don't do
hate
it.
me sometimes. They be like, bro, come on, man. Like, do we just need to, blankety blank, whatever.
Right. But there's also, like, for me, I have patience because I understand we're all human first. So your desires, your mental desires, what you project on me in this moment, I can allow you to let those pass, and I'll give you opportunity to be able to let me know that you actually feel like there can be something deeper here than just what you're thinking in your brain. And so but I've also had to kind of, I have to choose with that. It's a tricky game. It's like, it's constant. We have to choose our lives. We have to choose.
Yeah.
Everything
But
that we do.
isn't
we have
it crazy
to
how
choose.
like that's the one thing we do kind of have control over, but that's the biggest thing.
That's the biggest thing.
But it's so easier said than done.
It's so, because if you don't ever do it, what's gonna happen? You're not
Facts.
gonna choose. You're just gonna let things happen the way they happen, and whatever your subconscious is thinking, whatever your mental is thinking, that's what's gonna happen, and you might not even know.
Yeah.
Like, but man, you have to
No,
choose.
I'm listening.
No,
because
that's
I
real.
think a lot of people feel the same way.
Yeah.
Because they be like, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? Like, no,
Yeah.
it's just a lot to deal with.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you really don't have to deal with it.
You don't
We choose to deal with a lot of shit we don't have to deal with. But I think that's when God kind of like laughs, like,
Yeah. It's
you
like,
really thought that you were in control.
yeah, but it's like we have this little bit of control, but it's like if we have that, then we need to use it wisely, and be
Facts.
able to know what that control looks like. And I find myself not just asking or thanking God, thanking the universe, thanking whatever powers, my father, my ancestors, my people that are guiding me through this life, thanking them, but I'm also finding myself choosing to ask and say, hey, can you guide me today? Hey, today's a great day, but can you give me some guidance today?
Isn't that a humbling thing to do, especially for people like us that handle so much and do so much and have so much energy around us?
I found the first time I said it, because I had moments where I was just by myself and I'm like crying. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But it's like, in the back of my head, it was like, hey, Ray, ask. Like, if you ask,
you will get it.
You'll get it. So
You'd be
ask.
surprised how much stuff actually works. But that even goes with other humans.
Yeah, exactly.
Like putting trust in humans. Well, even when you're going back to saying you collab with Lou and you collab with all these different, other videographers, producers.
Yep.
You have to kind of ask like, hey, I would love to work with you. I'll do that.
Exactly.
But coming from where we come from, a lot of people don't
They
ask
don't know.
for shit.
It's a very entitlement. It's very, this is the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to just know. And I get it. We have to grow. We have to. But at the end of the day, man, we are people that need to grow out of our circumstances. And if you want more, then you'll do more to get there. And me personally, I'm keep it 100, keep it frank, I'm tired of helping people and guiding them to the light, or to whatever light that they need to go to. I'm like, man, we gotta choose it. We have to choose it, because if you choose it, you're gonna get the answers. You're going to figure it out.
I'm glad you said that, man. Nah, people need to hear that, man.
You know?
And that brings
But it's all love. It's all love. Always love. I love so hard. I love so hard. So it's like, I can't do it all the time, you know?
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a great thing. But I think in this in this time today, in the world that we live in, it's really hard to portray that, because you can find yourself taken advantage of. You can find yourself, I mean, there's so many circumstances, but I try not to think about those. I just try to learn. Like, if that's the case, if that's what happened in this situation, then learn from it, and then know not to make that move again. You know?
It's crazy, and it's crazy because it's all through your music.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything you just said, like, literally, you could hear the lyrics just coming out of what you're saying. Like, I'm like, oh shit, it all makes sense. So sorry if I'm like looking, I'm like, damn,
that's
it makes
real
sense.
though. But that's what I appreciate, because I find it funny that I go through life and doing all these things, and I get the question often, what do you love more? What do you do? What do you love that you do more? And I'm like, man, the music is just in me. Because it's always like, oh, do you want to do music? Do you want to do photography? Do you want to own a business? Do you want to, I'm like, I get it. That makes sense, because it's a lot. It's a lot of things. I get it. But the music, I can't help it. Like, that shit's gonna come out of me no matter what. And it's real life. It's who I am. It's really the things that I've been through. And it's how I be able to be this happy, or be this like, hey.
If you didn't have music, it would just be.
I would be miserable. I would probably.
What if you just did photography? You would still need the music part of it?
I would need the music part. Yeah, anything that I do, I need the music.
I feel the same way about DJing.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't just not DJ.
How do you, come on.
I'm always gonna, how about this? Even if I didn't DJ, I would be an old man making playlists. And I would just be giving them out to all my grandkids, and I'll just be sending everybody playlists every time.
I've seen somebody do that. Just sending a CD, sent a CD for Christmas.
Yes.
And made a playlist for them. And I'm just like, man, that is the most
When's the last time you've been
thing.
sent a dope playlist randomly?
We're not gonna talk about that.
Okay. I didn't even mean. That's how I know you're a real artist. That's how personal a playlist is to people. That's real artists. Because I would have even answered that. I was just curious if you were gonna say oh, maybe my homegirl sent me one. That was good. Nah. Okay.
No.
Let's just say it's a null and void playlist at this point. Do you still listen to the playlist?
I do, actually. I do. It's when I'm in my bag and my little I'm out, feeling like a nigga. So.
What's the highlight points on this playlist? Are we talking rap? R&B?
Yeah, it's rap. It's a lot of.
Wait, a nigga sent you a rap playlist?
Yeah, but it's like a.
He said, yeah, that's lit.
It was one of the ones where you feel like you that nigga.
Was there any Max B on there?
Of course.
Okay. I'm done. That's a very official play. I'll shut up now. As soon as you say Big Avail's on there, I'm cool.
I'm like, that's the vibe, man. I've been feeling that vibe for a minute. Just that Dom Kennedy, Max B. I'm that nigga. Don't. That's probably my next step in music right now. It's kind of getting into
talk your shit.
To that bag. But we'll see. We'll see. But that's what I've been feeling lately.
I love it. Nah, I was gonna tell you too when you're talking about music.
Yeah.
This past weekend, I went to Smoking Grooves. I know.
I don't want to talk about it. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. Go ahead, though.
Relax.
My mama went too, okay?
Hey, just real quick.
She FaceTimed me?
I seen Nas.
She FaceTimed me when Nas came on. Okay.
But look, Ray, you're the only person I've discussed this with that wasn't there.
In the world.
Hello. Okay. Look, you like how I'm saying no one's here? I'm like, look, you're the only person. And this is how you know I really know you. This is how we really just
talk. This is how we talk, for real.
Yeah, no, but look, I seen Nas. Red lights, nighttime, all red, came on the red leather suit, red leather jumps, like red jacket, red pants, came out, performed all the new Black Magic shit, out the gate, just came out all the slaps.
Hard.
And then all of a sudden it went dark, and then fucking hella red strobe lights, and it started drizzling outside. It started mildly raining. And then he performed Hate Me Now. And I swear to God, I almost shedded a tear. It was way too much. I believed.
Bro.
And you're the one that really told me how much you love Nas. And it
Nas.
made sense at that moment seeing him live. I was like, I get it, bro.
He's
Then he
an
did
artist.
Uchawali.
Come on.
And everybody was twerking. It just turned into a whole. I was like, oh my God, this song is great.
How did I miss this?
I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
I love my mama, but I was so mad
I know
when she
you were.
FaceTimed me.
And I seen it. No, but it was so lit, right?
I could only, you know what? I've only seen Nas once in concert, and it was actually by accident. I didn't know he was going to perform. It was his what is his label called? Shoot. Thank you, Wine, for giving me the short-term memory.
I apologize. No. And
but what's his label called? It's
I forgot.
Mass Appeal.
Mass
Appeal.
I do know Mass Appeal.
Yeah.
That was stupid. They fuck with drink. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, you're good. So shout out Mass Appeal.
Shout out Mass Appeal.
But no, I went. They had a anniversary party in New York, and I was like, it was one of those moments where I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go, and something's gonna happen. I don't know. I'm just gonna meet somebody. I'm gonna do something, and so I ended up going, and I was there by myself, and they were, all the performances from the people that are a part of Mass Appeal. And then he gets up there and does a little speech, but then he was like, I usually don't do this, but and then this nigga just starts, I forgot what song it was, but he came out and just
He did like a few songs after that.
But all from the first one, Illmatic.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, when he did New York State of Mind, that was crazy.
It was a whole different.
I'm gonna be real. I was a Nas fan, but I wasn't like big.
Yeah.
I was on the Jay-Z side of things at that moment in life. I'll say it.
I get it. Hey, look.
I was that person. Ether is still a great song, but
that nigga.
We're not gonna. This is a positive podcast. We did breathing exercises before, and we're not gonna get into a deep dive of Ether. Okay. Let's just say it was still an amazing song.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Nas is just one of, like, for me as an artist, like Artist Ray, I'm like probably one of my biggest influences would be him, because he storytells on a whole different level.
Right.
He gives you the real experience of what's happening. And I think, like, when I was living in New York, first of all, I needed the New York experience. So I would listen to him all the time just to get the understanding of music and get the understanding of what this really is. And it spoke to me because he also came from the hood. He also understands like what this looks like and what this feels like, and being able to depict that into a song, into great music at that. And you don't really ask for anything more,
Right.
Like, what do you really ask for? You just kind of accept it and
I didn't get it until I saw him live. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I get it. Hey,
it was
look,
crazy.
Everybody has their own moment.
And you know who else was like that?
Who?
India.Arie.
Oh man.
I didn't understand India.Arie until Smoking Grooves.
Oh man.
I got it. At that moment, she came out, every girl was screaming her lyrics.
Oh man.
I was like, this is what all the girls listen to when they by themselves.
Yes.
I get it.
Yes.
This has nothing to do with niggas right now.
This has nothing to do with niggas. Nothing.
This is like self-cleanse. Like, everyone was happy after her performance.
Absolutely.
That was like therapy.
I seen I don't know her personally, but Cloud Nine, you know who that is? She's
See, that's
amazing...
my homework now.
No, you're
See
good.
how you always do that? See, you're on my bub earlier.
No, you're good. But she's a really amazing photographer. Amazing photographer. And I seen she took some pictures. She went to Smoking Grooves. She shared this on a post that she went to Smoking Grooves just to take some pictures and kind of just, went out there and did whatever she did. And she took this amazing picture of India.Arie. I mean, I stopped in my tracks and was just like, wow. And India's just in her moment. In her, I don't know. I seen another video, and I think it was the same time she captured that photo, but she was twirling around and doing this,
yes, that's when she was just like, let me have my moment, because she hasn't performed in like 800 plus days.
That moment right there, she captured that shit. And man, shout out Cloud9.
It was amazing. Shout out Cloud9, man.
That was like, that changed my whole perspective on like photography, at least. Like,
wow.
Yeah, like just be like, wow, like you really captured that.
Shout out Gingy Photo too. She took some dope ass shots of the night too. So shout out Gingy Photo. That's our homegirl. Yeah, she did some shit too for Smoking Grooves.
I love
Smoking Grooves was a great show.
Yeah.
It gave me inspiration though, because we can do that.
Yeah. Come on.
Other shit, but we'll say that for another pod. That's a whole 4-hour discussion.
Or more so, it's gonna happen, and then we'll talk about it after.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that. So, right before we get up out of here, because I know you got things to do. We don't want to keep you too long. I appreciate you coming by, man.
Of course.
What's coming up next for you?
Ooh.
Like, what do we get any Big Cali World exclusives? Like, can we?
I
don't like the way you looked at me and looked down and looked up like, what should I tell this nigga? Because I got that much shit to drop. Hey man, I'm calling out everything, man.
Well, look. I have a performance. I'm actually performing for Paper, which is powered by Payday LA.
Shout out Payday LA,
Yeah, shout out Prez. I fuck with him heavy. That's my nigga. And he's allowing me to perform at this performance this Thursday. And I'm really sincerely excited about this because we're gonna do Handle with Care. We're gonna do the whole project up there.
That's
and
dope.
I think that it's gonna give a different perspective to who we are as people and to being able to give that side of empathy, give that side of love, give that side of understanding of pain and whatever that is, and be able to shift a little bit of people's hearts.
That's beautiful.
I think that that's so important.
Any new visuals coming out? Any new singles? Do we have anything? Are we gonna just keep it out on ice till the next time?
I have a lot of stuff cooking up.
Okay.
But I'm learning how to get things more solidified before I talk about them. So
sounds good to me.
But I do have a lot of things coming up. There's a new mixtape that I am working on.
Nice.
And
I love
just
it.
Something just to kind of like get me into a new bag, into a new understanding of music and what I like. So but yeah, I mean, it's that, but I also like, with the photography and with other businesses that I have, I've been working and growing those as well, so I can be stable as a person as well, and then also be able to provide stability for my music. So it's really just a lot of organizing and understanding what I have, all the things I do have, and being able to put them in the right place at the right time.
Man, well, hey. I tried to get the exclusive, yeah. Okay, I did. I tried. I'm messing
Sorry,
with
guys.
you. I'm messing with you. No. Ray, I appreciate you coming by, man. And last thing before we get about here,
please,
I ask
please,
this
let
to
me know.
everybody. What
Yeah.
advice do you have for people out there? I'm sure there's people listening, male and female,
Yeah.
that's like, hey, man, I'm out here in the IE. I'm out here anywhere that's
yeah.
listening. I was like, hey, I want to come out here and make it. You're obviously doing
Yeah.
your shit. You see all the people you're collabing with. You got a
Yeah.
lot of steps cooking. What advice do you have for the people, man?
You
Or
know-
anybody in that situation?
Yeah, I try not to give advice, but I like
I like
to.
that. So I should stop saying
No,
advice.
you're fine.
Yeah.
Some people like to give advice. That's fine.
What word do you have for the people?
I think we talked about it a little bit earlier, but this has been on my heart, and it's been a very, very big thing for me, is just choosing the life that you want and asking for help. Like if we can get those down as people, as humans, we're gonna be so much better in life, And so it's those moments when you feel like there's nothing left. There's why is the world doing this to me? Why is this happening? I don't have a job. I don't have this. I don't have that. And you have to sit down with yourself and ask God. Think about it and see if you really ask God for help. See if you really ask the higher beings, whatever God you worship, whatever, but it's about asking, and it's about choosing and saying, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to change my perspective on this. I want a better relationship with my partner or my kids or my mother or my whatever. So I'm going to choose to do actions towards that. I want to do better in the music industry. I want to have a business. I want to do, and this is all personal. Like I had to choose to be able to have these things or do these things.
Right.
And that's the biggest thing. I think that doesn't, it goes from being a kid to being in your 80s, 90s, whatever. It's still choosing. You have to choose every single day that you're going to have a great day.
Yeah. And really believe it.
And really believe it.
Like,
and
I'm going to have it right no matter what's
going to have
wow.
it no matter what. And you might have to choose it 4 or 5 times throughout the day. But you're choosing it because you understand the power within your choice. You understand that that's actually going to help and guide you. And you also understand that you have to ask for help. And when you add that on top, it's like a good little mixture. You got a whole little thing. But that's my, that's where I'm at right now in life. That's what I'm seeing. So, hopefully, whoever is listening, if there's someone that needs that message, I was able to deliver that.
No, it's not even about that because, it's not even about that. It's about literally being humble enough to ask for help.
Yeah.
And committing to what you want to do.
What you want to do, yeah.
And I think I'm barely learning that in my age too.
And we are
That's
all
something
learning.
we're all kind of like in.
We're all, because the real ones know. The real ones,
Yeah.
we have a solid group of real people that came out the IE, and I like to specifically name that because we just had a different background. We had a different type of growing up. So I understand it. And a lot of our people, like I'm having these conversations, and it's just understanding like we have to choose this.
Right.
And if we don't, we're just gonna get, it's a wave of that energy that will keep you down and not allow you to move forward ever.
Hey man,
Ever.
I could have said it better, man. Well, Ray, where can people hear all your music? Where can people get your stuff? This is your, time. Talk
absolutely.
Your shit. Go ahead.
So everything is Sounds Like Ray. That is SOUNDSLIKERAP. But yeah, Sounds Like Ray on Instagram. If you look up on Apple Music or Spotify, you can look up Sounds Like Ray, and it'll bring up everything. And also my website is Sounds Like Ray as well. So
got you.
Yeah.
And then photography,
visuals.
Go ahead, work.
Hey, Sounds Like Ray.
Still Sound Like Ray, same thing.
Creatively Ray for photography, but
I'm about to say, I thought it was like another page.
There is a page for it, but it's just when you have so many.
Hey, talk your shit, okay?
I'm like, you gonna reach me either way.
Yeah.
So you can reach me through Sounds Like Ray or Creatively Ray. But Sounds Like Ray is a source. You get through there, and we'll be able to talk and work.
That's what's up, man.
Yes.
That's what's up, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on our show, definitely. For this podcast and Art Goon Radio, go to BigCaliWorld.com. Go ahead and click the Big Cali World tab, click the Art Goon Radio tab, whatever you want to.
That shit.
Go to both of them, subscribe, tell your friends, tell somebody.
Tell your mama.
We're trying to get it in. Not even trying to get it in. We are getting it in. I just have to change the verbiage. You see?
Yeah,
That's just line 39. Shout them out. Fuck with me. You know what it is. Nah, but real talk. And if you're trying to do your own podcast, man, honestly, audio and visual, go to productiveculture.com/podcast in the How Did You Hear About Us section. Put in Big Cali World, put in Art Goon Radio, put in Big Cali Told Me. Put in something and you like that, Big Cali Told Me, Art Goon Radio told me, something of that nature. You will get a special discounted rate.
Boom.
Productive Culture will get your stuff sounding amazing, looking great.
Can we talk about Productive Culture real quick? Can we do that? Is that okay?
Go ahead.
Can we talk about how amazing Productive Culture is?
They are.
Thank you for introducing me to Jordan.
Shout out Jam Cam. You know what it is, man.
Being able to help me because, he's helped me with so many events. So many events.
He did
and
the live
sessions.
sessions,
He did
right?
the live session. He did the Handle with Care live sessions that we did in Big Bear. And that was such a beautiful experience.
Wait, you were
thankful.
in Big Bear?
He went to Big Bear.
Hey, Productive Culture travels, okay?
They travel.
That's the thing. This is they are a fully functional company. This is
Absolutely. And it was such an amazing experience. And, I just thank you a lot for that because I think a lot of the stuff that I've had planned out music-wise and visually-wise, like he's been able to execute in every kind of way.
Honestly, I say this about JMKM all the time. I'd be like, look, man, I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
What's it gonna, what's it gonna take to fuel the project?
Exactly.
And we execute it.
Exactly.
And it always gets executed.
Exactly. I think
as
that's
long
why
as I come with my part, he always has his part. And I think in business, that's the best thing you can ask for.
No, seriously.
That's as good as it can get.
Exactly.
Because I'm not gonna, talk shit about anything else. I'm just gonna say, in business,
I'm telling you,
that's the best thing.
I told this nigga, I said, hey, I'm trying to do a live performance at my grandma's house on Baseline and Waterman.
Yep. And you know what happened? He pulled up. Pulled up quick.
We did that shit. He had all that shit.
Shout out Derms.
Man.
It was there.
And it was crazy, but he executed and he dealt with my crazy ass family. He dealt with my crazy ass moment that I was having there. And he dealt with, also I was performing.
It's a lot.
I was performing and there was a guy who came up on my performance and like grabbed the mic and like did a freestyle. And we're all just looking.
Wait, mid-performance freestyle?
Bro, I performed. This nigga walked up. How I sing, I've been closing my eyes and shit. So I'm sitting there. All I feel is like something on my shoulder. And I was like, hey. And I looked.
This is dark.
Bro, this nigga got on the mic and started rapping. And I just looked and I just remember looking at, like, I had my bro there. I had like the big homie. I had the other homie there. Like, a whole bunch of niggas that fuck with me heavy.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at each and every one of them and they all looking like the fuck. Like they was about to cut this nigga's head off.
Because he's over here spitting bars mid-frequency.
Bro.
Mid-frequency freestyle's not allowed, bro.
Bro. You were there. Were you there?
Yes. I was on
you
the
were
steps.
there. You were on the steps.
I was chilling.
Exactly. Yep. You remember.
I blanked it out in my head. That's how dark it was, okay?
It was pretty deep. It was pretty deep.
No, Jordan, you're right. And I don't like how you called it. You were there. You seen it. He called it. Hey, and I think I was like, oh, I was there.
Bro.
Fuck. Nah. That's some Dino shit.
That was some real.
That's some IE shit.
That was some shit.
That could happen in the murder. That could happen in Riverside. That could happen anywhere.
But I felt very scared for him because if I gave any other look.
See, this is how you know this is a real combo. She said I felt scared for him. She didn't say nothing about her, the performance, because productive culture will take care of everything.
Productive culture.
That was not on the live video.
He even like he.
Do you have the BTS?
Oh my god, he really. Oh my god, he does it, but he has the audio.
The audio's somewhere. That's dark. I want to hear that freestyle.
It was intense. But at the end of the day, like, because the first thing I looked at too was him grabbing the mic. Like, he had the mic in his hand, and I was looking at him. I'm like, oh my god, please don't break the mic. Like, what are you doing?
I know that's what Jordan was thinking too. The same time. That's dark. That's dark.
Exactly. But you know what? It worked out.
But Productive Culture did the 90-10 conference too, and it got crazy there. We were drunk. Hey, you know, this is a good segment. I never thought about how many different like situations we put Productive Culture in over the years.
This is great.
He's dealt with my wallet. He dealt with 500-pound Big Cali, fresh off of like a crazy night.
Oh, good stuff.
A crazy, like I slept maybe 2 hours, then went to Arguing Radio.
Oh, yeah.
Probably did like dark.
Well,
and you know what happened? It came out amazing.
Every time.
He'll figure it out.
Every time. He's going to figure it out.
But don't give him crazy because the more stuff you do, he charges crazy. Don't play with him. Okay, it's different now.
Pay that nigga.
Okay, don't play. Nah, I'm messing with
his money.
Productiveculture.com/podcast. And how did you hear about us section? Big Cali World, Arguing Radio. Again, all jokes aside, you already know what it is. It's going to be professional work, professional time. Everything's going to look great. Every time. And it's fun, man.
Every time.
It's always going to be great. Always good vibes. Also, shout out Knockout Studios. You know, we love the ambiance. We love it all, man. Appreciate y'all. Always love.
Nice. This is a nice town.
Hey, trust me, I'm happy, man. I love it. I love it. Shout out Knockout Studios. Also, is that a good shout out? I'm thinking. Oh, of course, UTB. Shout out UTB Lifestyle.
Shout out.
You know, there's UTB Worldwide. I think that's about it. I feel good, man.
I feel amazing.
I'm so happy you came on the pod, man, honestly.
I'm happy. This is great.
I was smoking, we were chilling, but we talked about some real stuff, and you gave some real gems. Yeah. So I hope the people really heard that, man.
Absolutely. Right, absolutely.
Man. It's the man with the plan. I ain't Clark Kent, but some of the ladies do call me Superman. It's your boy, Big Cali. Ray, I appreciate you. I hate you fucking moved your head as I was saying it on the beat. I hope someone got that. That's a mock, okay? She was mocking me for everyone that's seen this, okay?
You're not supposed to tell them that.
Oh, my Lord. All right, y'all. We out, man. Peace.
Big Cali World all the time. Extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Big Cali World all the time. Extra lit, extra lit, extra lit.